Have you ever cried unexpectedly, responded in an angry outburst, or said something that you immediately regretted? Whether you want to admit it or not, our emotions play a huge role in our daily lives. But we have a choice as to whether or not they control us or we ride them like an out-of-control roller coaster. Even though our emotions can fluctuate like the weather, learning how to identify our emotional patterns and responses can give us the ability to set goals and grow in our emotional intelligence. Stay tuned to learn how. If you've ever felt like your emotions controlled you instead of vice versa, then you are in the right place, because setting goals for your emotions is a powerful way to increase emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and your overall well-being. It involves identifying how you want to feel, understanding the emotions that influence your life, and creating actionable steps to cultivate or even regulate those seemingly out of control emotions. And today we're going to be talking about how to address emotional goals on the next spoke on your wheel of life. First of all, you're going to want to assess your current level of satisfaction with your emotional state on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being needing the most work, out of control emotions, and 10 being the most optimal, a well-balanced emotional life. Then we're going to talk about how to pinpoint areas where you want to improve, like managing stress, your ability to express your feelings openly, or even building up your self-esteem. And then you can set specific, measurable goals aimed at enhancing your emotional health, such as practicing mindfulness, seeking support from a therapist, or even actively engaging in activities that bring you joy. I love Ann Voskamp's book, 1000 Gifts, for this. Our timeless truth for today is from Tim Grover, who says, "Control your thoughts and you control your emotions. Control your emotions and you control your actions. Control your actions and you control the outcome." All right, let's start with some key steps to address emotional goals on the wheel of life. First of all, identify specific targeted emotions. These would be your feelings such as happiness, sadness, anger, fear, or even contentment. And these emotions can be triggered by situations or even your thoughts. Next, identify some specific areas for improvement. Think about where you feel the most emotionally challenged, such as managing your anxiety, dealing with negative emotions, or maybe even building stronger, deeper relationships. I want you to incorporate practicing journaling your emotions. You can navigate your emotions by writing down your thoughts and your feelings throughout the day, especially the ones that are difficult to process, because this can provide much needed and helpful insight into your internal state of mind. Which leads us to self-reflection. Practice regularly asking yourself questions like, what am I thinking right now? How am I truly feeling? And what do I really want in this situation? Also, practice focusing more on your body awareness. Notice physical sensations like tension in your shoulders, queasiness, or butterflies in your stomach. Even a racing heart can be indicators of your emotional state. Now, you may be wondering, why is it so important to identify your emotions? Because it can help you develop improved self-awareness. It's important to understand the value of being aware of your various emotional states and the effects that they have on your decisions and reactions. By understanding your internal processes, you can make more conscious and deliberate decisions, as well as managing your reactions to situations better. Another key step for better communication is recognizing that your emotions can lead to more effective communication with others. When you can identify your emotions, you can now develop strategies to manage them in a healthier manner. Okay, let's assess our current emotional patterns. Take time to reflect on your normal emotional responses. What emotions do you experience frequently? Are they negative patterns like anger and anxiety? Or positive ones such as joy and gratitude. Now identify the common triggers for your emotions. Maybe some people, certain events, or even thoughts that you have. This will help you to better identify and label your feelings. Start to use words when you journal like frustrated, guilty, content, rather than broad ones like happy, sad, or just fine. Okay, now we want to set specific, clear emotional goals. Choose specific emotions to target, the emotions that you want to focus on. For example, reducing anger, fostering joy, reducing anxiety. Now, make it measurable. I know emotions aren't always quantifiable, so aim to set goals that have clear outcomes. For example, I want to feel more calm in stressful situations. This can be measured by how often you feel calm or how often you feel anxious. Set goals related to how you manage your emotions. Like, I want to be able to pause before reacting when I'm feeling angry. Now, break these goals into actionable steps. Here are some ideas. You can establish daily or weekly practices to help you reach your emotional goals by formulating clear and actionable steps related to your emotional growth. Let's say practice a mindfulness or journaling for 10 minutes a day. Attend therapy sessions weekly or monthly. Engage in hobbies that bring you joy. Again, don't forget journaling, meditation, gratitude exercises, even deep breathing techniques to help you calm down. Now consider how your behaviors might need to shift to align with your emotional goals. If you want to cultivate more joy, for example, engage in activities that spark happiness, like connecting with loved ones, doing hobbies that you enjoy, playing board games, watching comedy, etc. Now set goals for changing your thought patterns that affect your emotions. If you want to feel less anxious, challenge your negative thinking. I love Romans 12:1 for this, where it encourages us to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. Did you know we can proactively change our thought patterns by identifying the negative thought and being mindful and intentional to stop, capture the thought, and replace it to create new neuro pathways? Thanks, Dr. Caroline Leaf. Think about building up your emotional intelligence. Develop skills like regulation, empathy, and resilience to improve how you experience and manage your emotions. You're going to have to determine the best way for you to track your emotions. Will it be that journal or maybe even an app to track your emotional states? Know when you feel a specific emotion, how long it lasts, and how intensely you experience it. I actually have a place in my prayer journal where you circle the emoji that correlates with your current mood. I wish I had that in every journal. Okay, don't forget to check on your progress periodically. Are you noticing any shifts in your emotional responses? Are your emotional triggers still as intense? Are you happier, less anxious? Do you feel a greater sense of balance? This is what we're going for, because this is going to help you identify which goals are working and which ones need to be tweaked. I would love to set up a call with you to take a deeper dive into what this looks like. Okay, now let's talk about cultivating positive emotional habits. How about practicing gratitude? Reflect on what you're grateful for regularly, because this will shift your focus towards positive emotions and increase your overall happiness. Incorporate self-compassion into your life that will allow you to experience emotions without judgment. Self-compassion can also help you navigate difficult emotions without being overly critical on yourself. This is a great exercise to implement as you honestly journal out your feelings. Also, build an emotional support network. Surround yourself with people who can support your emotional growth in a healthy manner, whether through deep conversations or even shared activities that collectively foster all of your emotional well-being. Now, we want to be careful of surrounding ourselves with friends that only tell us what we want to hear, instead of honestly sharing what we need to hear to grow into our best selves. Find those friends that will help you grow into the woman that you were created to be. Remember, iron sharpens iron. Next, we want to incorporate emotional resilience. Learn to develop coping strategies. Cultivate tools that help you handle difficult emotions when they arise, like deep breathing, walking away from tense situations, or even seeking professional support when necessary. Recognize that emotional growth is an ongoing process. Mistakes and setbacks are opportunities to learn and to develop emotional resilience. Don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Didn't get angry? Check. And acknowledge your progress. Celebrate even the small changes in how you experience or manage your emotions. This is going to reinforce the building of positive emotional habits. Recognize growth opportunities in your daily life. Even when emotions feel challenging, acknowledge that you're being proactive to practice emotional intelligence and build resilience in conversations and relationships. Now, here's some examples if you're totally lost of some emotional goals that you can set. Reducing stress levels. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing. Another goal may be improve your communication skills. Learn to express your feelings honestly and assertively, and then actively listen to the feelings of others. How about a goal of building your self-esteem? Identify your positive qualities and practice self-compassion. We're usually too hard on ourselves. Another goal is managing anger effectively. Develop coping mechanisms to handle anger in a healthier way, like counting to 10 in your mind before you respond, etc. Also, another goal, foster positive, life-giving relationships. Invest time in nurturing meaningful connections with loved ones. Or build that support network we talked about earlier. Another goal, increase emotional awareness and regulation in stressful situations, which we all have. Practice 5 minutes of deep breathing each morning. And then when you feel stress building, take 3 deep breaths before reacting. Another goal, don't forget, cultivate more gratitude in life. Why not write down 3 things you're grateful for every morning? Beautiful dreamer, I want you to choose 1 or 2 of these things to implement. And don't forget the T in our SMART goal template by setting that timeline. Measure your progress within 30 days, reflect weekly in your journal, or after practicing something for 2 months, record a check-in on your emotional improvement. In fact, setting goals for your emotions is about creating a framework to guide emotional growth for yourself. And be patient with yourself because emotions can be complex and sometimes even difficult to manage. So celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and allow room for continuous learning and self-improvement. Because eventually, you're going to begin to see old habits replaced with new, beautiful ones that you're cultivating. And it's going to kind of look like the Galatians 5:22 and 23, where it says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Remember our timeless truth for today. Control your thoughts, and you control your emotions. Control your emotions, and you control your actions. Control your actions, and you control the outcome. Because you deserve to have all your dreams come true. And with a little proactive goal setting, you can truly begin to recognize that happily ever after isn't a lie.